Fairy tales, stories we trusted, bright colors, gentle songs, happy endings. But the tales we grew up with were rewritten, sanitized, stripped of blood, bone, and warning. Because the originals were forged in fear, born from famine, plague, and the truth adults whispered when children weren't listening. To understand the darkness, we begin with the keepers of it, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, not gentle storytellers, but scholars racing to preserve a dying oral world. They traveled from village to village, collecting tales shaped by hunger, danger, and unforgiving winters. These stories weren't meant to soothe. They were meant to teach children one thing: survival. And their first edition was so brutal, they were forced to censor it. But nothing shows this brutality more than the story we think we know: Snow White. The movie Snow White was a lie. The fairy tale you grew up with was never meant for children. In the original 1812 tale, the evil queen didn't just want her dead. She ordered the huntsman to bring back Snow White's lungs and liver so she could eat them. There was no true love's kiss. The prince's servants tripped, jolting her coffin. She woke not from love, but from the impact. And her punishment? The queen was forced to dance in red-hot iron shoes until she fell down dead. These weren't bedtime stories. They were grim lessons for adults. Cinderella. In the Grimm version, desperation cuts deeper than pride. One stepsister slices off her heel, the other, her toes, all to force the slipper to fit. The prince is fooled at first, but as he rides away, doves cry out, "Look again, the shoe is filled with blood." And during Cinderella's wedding, justice arrives from the sky. Two doves swoop down and peck out the stepsister's eyes, a permanent reminder of their blindness to virtue. Sleeping Beauty, the earliest version of Sleeping Beauty, is not a love story. A king discovers a sleeping girl, and he does not kiss her. She later awakens because she gives birth to twins. One of her infants sucks a poison splinter from her finger, breaking the spell the world placed on her. When the king's wife discovers what he has done, her rage becomes a storm. She orders the children cooked and commands that Talia be burned alive. But her plans collapse, and she's thrown into the fire she meant for an innocent. These stories weren't written to celebrate romance, but to warn against power, desire, and danger. Disney didn't ruin these stories. He softened them. He turned survival manuals into bedtime dreams. But the originals, they carried something we've forgotten. They were meant to arm children, to warn them about wolves, especially the humankind. And countless more hidden origins are waiting to be uncovered. Subscribe to discover the next chapter.